talking with Congressman Mark Pocan, so brilliantly representing the 2nd District of Wisconsin, a member of the House Progressive Caucus, obviously the Democratic Caucus. His website, pocan.house.gov. And Congressman Pocan, we were talking just a moment ago about how what you guys refer to as regular order. In other words, each piece of legislation should be debated on its own merits and voted on its own merits, has just kind of evaporated as a consequence of the dysfunction within the Republican Party, and how Paul Ryan promises he's going to bring it back, but he didn't with this, and how he's doing something right now with this bill, which is passing it or with one of these two pieces of legislation, which is passing it perhaps with enough Democrats to get a majority, which is something that John Boehner was condemned and basically run out of town on a rail for doing or even contemplating. My personal conspiracy theory on this, the reason why the Republicans are letting Paul Ryan get away with this is that the establishment, the insiders in the Republican Party. First of all, are you still with us?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That the establishment, the insiders in the Republican Party are thinking that there's going to be a brokered convention. They're hysterical about Donald Trump, and that they're seriously looking at Paul Ryan as either a presidential or vice presidential candidate to come out of the brokered convention, and he's being groomed for that, and that's why there's not this let's beat up Paul Ryan stuff. Do you think I'm crazy?
Tom, I've got a huge smile on my face because this is a theory I tell people back home all the time. It's my 5% theory. I think there's a 5% chance that the nominee is not any of the candidates right now. I know some people say maybe they'll bring up Mitt Romney again. I think it's Paul Ryan. I think that if he gets enough of a honeymoon period right now with them, clearly they can't win with Trump. They can't win with Carson. Rubio seems to have enough personal issues it might be a problem. Cruz would be a complete disaster for them. Bush is in 8th place in New Hampshire. They need an establishment alternative, and no one is more of a neocon who agrees with these folks more. I mean, look what he's doing with oil alone in this bill than Paul Ryan. So this is the path for Paul Ryan to actually be president. He's got the best brand, I think, for Republicans in Washington. And it's just funny, Tom, because I've been saying this for the last several weeks to people back home if they'll listen to me. I think that's a very viable scenario.
I had no idea. I thought I was the only one. I keep mentioning this to people, and they're going, what, are you crazy? And I'm like, no, I don't think so. I think that, and I can't also come up with another reason why even the Tea Partiers are not going after Paul Ryan. I mean, some of them are, but it's like sticks and stones stuff.
Right.
Not in any consequential way, the way that but they went after John Boehner, with the shiv, I mean, it was like serious stuff.
Well, and think of Paul as a great contrast for them to either Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders, by generation, by, their views. I mean, they can provide that real alternative they want to from the establishment of the Republican Party and, not have this crazy, Donald Trump, who's he going to ban next or go after next sort of scenario. And I think, Tom, what you're saying is what I've been watching, and he is a strong brand for the Republicans. I think we got to keep watching this. And
I think if he had Rubio as his vice presidential candidate, he'd pull in Hispanic votes, and
it'd be a generational campaign in many ways.
Yeah, it would, and that could be very troubling. That could be very troubling. To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here, and please be sure to hit the handy dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.